Hey, Vikings faithful! Skol Nation, are you ready for some massive news straight from Egan? The Minnesota Vikings just dropped a bombshell that's got us all buzzing. Our GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is locked in for the long haul with a multi-year contract extension. This is huge for our team's future, and we're diving into every detail to see why this move has us hyped for a championship chase. What does this mean for our beloved Vikings? Stick around as we break it down in 10 electrifying scenes, packed with stats, stories, and a whole lot of purple pride. Let's get into it. What's your take on this blockbuster deal? Drop it in the comments. The stage is set in Egan, Minnesota, where the Vikings front office just made a statement that echoes through Skol Nation. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, the mastermind behind our roster's recent success, has signed a multi-year contract extension, signaling the Wilf family's trust in his vision. Since joining in January 2022, Kwesi's led us to a 34-17 record over 3 seasons, a .667 win percentage that ranks 6th in the NFL. That's no small feat, and it's got us dreaming of hoisting that Lombardi trophy. Why does this matter? Because Kwesi's not just a suit in the office. He's a game-changer who's built a squad that's tough, talented, and ready to compete. From blockbuster free agent signings to savvy draft picks, his partnership with Coach Kevin O'Connell, the 2024 NFL Coach of the Year, has turned Minnesota into a perennial contender. So, Vikings fans, are you as pumped as I am about this news? Let's unpack how Kwesi's leadership is shaping our future. Picture this. It's 2022, and Kwesi steps into the GM role with big shoes to fill. The Vikings were coming off a mixed bag of seasons, but he didn't flinch. His first move? Hiring Kevin O'Connell, a decision that's paid dividends with a 14-3 record in 2024, the second best in franchise history. Kwesi's vision is clear. Build a championship-caliber team through bold, calculated moves. And trust me, he's delivered. His tenure kicked off with a bang, orchestrating a roster overhaul that brought in stars like TJ Hawkinson via a 2022 trade deadline deal. Hawkinson's racked up 196 catches for 1,934 yards in just 27 games. Talk about impact. Add to that the extensions for franchise cornerstones like Justin Jefferson and Christian Darrisaw, and you've got a foundation that's rock solid. What's your favorite Kwesi move so far? Let's hear it. Let's zoom in on 2024's free agency. Because holy Skol, did Kwesi cook? The Vikings signed a jaw-dropping class, including Pro Bowlers Sam Darnold, Jonathan Greenid, and Andrew Van Ginkel, plus Aaron Jones and Blake Cashman. This group helped propel us to that 14-3 record, with Greenid and Van Ginkel terrorizing QBs and Darnold slinging it like a superstar. That's the kind of splash that makes opponents tremble. But it's not just about the big names. Kwesi's strategic signings filled critical gaps, with 12 new players making at least one start in 2024. The result? A team that dominated with the second most wins in Vikings history. Imagine what this crew can do in 2025 with another year under their belts. What free agent are you most excited to see back in purple next season? Now, let's talk draft day. Kwesi's no stranger to making bold moves. In 2024, he traded up to snag J.J. McCarthy at number 10 overall, the highest drafted QB in Vikings history. Then he doubled down, moving up again for edge rusher Dallas Turner at number 17. These picks scream long-term vision, setting us up with a young QB to lead and a pass rusher to wreak havoc. The 2025 draft was just as slick. Despite starting with only 4 picks, Kwesi wheeled and dealt to add 4 more players, including Ohio State's Donovan Jackson at number 24 to bolster the O-line. Oh, and he snagged backup QB Sam Howell, too. How's that for maximizing value? Vikings fans, are you hyped for J.J. McCarthy's first start? Drop your predictions below. Mid-season trades? Kwesi's got a knack for those too. When Kirk Cousins went down with an Achilles injury in 2023, he pulled off a clutch move for Joshua Dobbs. Then, in 2024, with Christian Darrisaw sidelined in Week 8, Kwesi brought in Cam Robinson, who helped us rip off 9 straight wins to close the season. That's the kind of adaptability that keeps us in the hunt. These in-season deals show Kwesi's not just planning for the future, he's solving problems in real time. His ability to keep the roster competitive even through injuries is why we're talking about a .667 win percentage since 2022. What's the most clutch trade you think Kwesi's pulled off? Let's debate it in the comments. Fast forward to 2025 free agency, and Kwesi's at it again, fortifying both lines. He brought in veteran defensive lineman Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, plus center Ryan Kelly and right guard Will Fries to beef up the O-line. Re-signing Byron Murphy Jr. and adding corners Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah? That's how you lock down the secondary. These moves show Kwesi's obsession with building a balanced roster. With a stout offensive line and a defense that ranked fourth healthiest in the NFL last season, we're built to bully teams in the trenches. Who's your unsung hero from these signings? Let's give them some love in the comments. Kwesi's not doing this alone. His partnership with Kevin O'Connell is pure magic. Since 2022, they've turned Minnesota into a top-tier team, ranking behind only the Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, Lions, and Ravens in win percentage. O'Connell's play calling and Kwesi's roster building are like peanut butter and jelly, perfect together. The Wilf family sees it, too. Owner Mark Wilf praised Kwesi's leadership, vision, and collaboration, while Zygi Wilf called him a key piece in our championship chase. With both Kwesi and O'Connell locked in long-term, the future's looking purple and gold. How confident are you in this duo? Sound off below. Let's not forget the accolades. Under Kwesi, Vikings players have racked up AP All-Pro honors, with Justin Jefferson and Andrew DePaula earning first-team nods in 2022 and 2024. Pro Bowl selections? We've got a laundry list. Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Jonathan Greenard, C.J. Ham, T.J. Hawkinson, Danielle Hunter, Justin Jefferson, Byron Murphy Jr., Brian O'Neill, Za'Darius Smith, and Andrew Van Ginkel. These honors aren't just shiny trophies. They're proof Kwesi's building a roster full of elite talent. Andrew Van Ginkel's 11.5 sacks and 2 pick-sixes in 2024? That's the kind of playmaker Kwesi targets. Which Viking star do you think shines brightest in 2025? Let's hear your pick. As we look ahead, Kwesi's extension signals stability and ambition. His focus on a perennial contender means we're not just chasing one good season, we're building a dynasty. With J.J. McCarthy stepping in as QB1 and a stacked roster ready to roll, 2025 could be our year to go all the way. But it's not just about the X's and O's. Kwesi's embraced Minnesota, saying the states welcomed his family with open arms. That connection to the community fuels his drive to deliver a championship for the best fans in the NFL. Skol Nation, what's the one thing you want to see from Kwesi's leadership in 2025? Alright, Vikings fans, we're on the cusp of something special. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's extension locks in a visionary GM who's got us knocking on the door of a Super Bowl. From epic free agent hauls to draft day masterclasses, he's building a team that's ready to dominate. But we need you to keep the energy high. Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to join the Skol Nation squad. Share this with your fellow Vikings fans, and let's keep the purple pride roaring. Skol Vikings!